Dire team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Luna. Radiant team pick.
Meepo!
Shadow Demon.
Dire team pick.
All right, here we are, game 2 between Vega
10
Squadron and
seconds remaining.
Cloud9 for the StarSeries qualifier. Winner of this
5
best of 3
seconds
goes on to
remaining.
qualify to the next phase, and Vega Squadron already up 1-0. We get right on
Reserve
into this
time.
draft as we see Vega Squadron. They've banned out the Venge, the Ogre
Radiant
Magi.
team
Cloud9,
ban.
they've banned out the Underlord and Swardar. Vega Squadron's first 2 picks are the Luna Winter Wyvern, while Cloud9, they go back to that Meepo, and then they pick up the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, so Cloud9 not lost hope in their Meepo. They with the first pick Luna and then Cloud9 snapping up
5
the Meepo and the
seconds
Shadow Demon.
remaining.
Shadow Demon obviously super good versus Luna because late game you're basically just a Luna. Disrupting her,
time.
your illusions do more damage than her. You can push out lanes really well with those illusions, and overall this is very, very good in team fights. So sort of counters the Luna's like prowess, or at least matches it. And yeah, so they take the Meepo. As Vegas, I guess they assume Vegas Squadron didn't take the their Meepo counter first 2 picks, but Vega picking the Winter Wyvern, probably
Dire
one of the
team
best
ban.
heroes versus Meepo, just because you kind of press R and Meepo kills himself. You can also heal people up when the Meepo goes on them. Overall, just a very, very good hero versus Meepo.
And Cloud9, they're gonna excuse me, they're gonna ban out this
10
Sven. They want
seconds remaining.
nothing to do with it again, as G played an amazing
5
game
seconds
last game,
remaining.
and with Vega 1 game away from qualifying, C9 1 game away from being
Radiant
eliminated.
team ban.
You definitely don't want to be up against that Sven again, especially with this Meepo, who you really want to just snowball and have an amazing game, and try to keep them in this.
And now Vega banning out the Undying, so gonna want this Luna to have a much
10
better
seconds
start than their
remaining.
Lifestealer did last game. Is having your safe liner with
5
that poor
seconds
start, unless you have
remaining.
some incredible team fight, and their team fight is not quite as strong so far as it was last game. So
Reserve time.
just don't need to have the potential for them to do that strong of an aggressive lane.
Tinker gets
Dire
banned out
team
again
ban.
for the same reason you said last time. Meepo, if he gets hit by that laser, especially with Ags, pretty much does nothing. But with Vega, they've got the Luna, they've got the Winter Wyvern. They don't have the Shadow Demon, but what do you think comes next for Vega? Do we see something maybe like a Nyx, someone who can get those pickoffs out on someone like a Shadow Demon so they don't have to worry about the disruption? And then Cloud9, they actually pick up Centaur Warrunner.
I don't know. Okay, well, we'll see what they want to go for this time. What their strategy is. It looks like they may do some sort of aggressive lane with Centaur. It's probably not Centaur Shadow Demon.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll have to see. They may pick up another hero after the Centaur to pair up with him.
5
Go up
seconds
into
remaining.
this into a dual offline. They may also put the Centaur safe lane solo or something, and do an aggro trial lane. Have Meeple mid. There's a lot of options for Cloud9 right now, and I think Vega's still figuring that out. Need some other reserve time. And yeah, just sort of figuring out what they want to do. It's not super not super clear right now what Vega wants to go for. You go for that Earth Spirit, so thinking it's very good versus the
Dire
Meepo
team
apparently,
pick.
but Cloud9 immediately snapping up the Jakiro afterwards. So gives them. I think Vega had banned it out last game in draft. No, maybe
Yeah.
Cloud9 had one. It was banned.
Yeah, it was definitely banned.
But yeah, just like gives you some incredibly strong
10
laning. I think
seconds
Baby Knight
remaining.
plays it from time to time, so pick some sort of semi carry, sort of
5
odd,
seconds
obscure
remaining.
mid. Typically, whenever they pick this Meepo and have all the space in the world, but
Radiant team banned.
Ember now.
So Jakiro, Meepo, I mean, with those two heroes, you're looking for a big early push, in my opinion. And Vega, obviously, now they've
10
got the Luna,
seconds
they've got the Ember
remaining.
Spirit. Is this going to be an Ember Spirit, standard
5 seconds
old build,
remaining.
or is this going to be magic damage Ember like we've been seeing so much of?
Reserve
I mean, I
time.
think you definitely go Veil Boots Travel after that.
Dire team
Sort of depends. He
banned.
may go for the Battlefield, but I think he'll go for something like a Maelstrom and Octarine Core. You still have a lot of AoE damage. You have no troubles killing Meepo with, say level 3 Remnant, triple Remnants. Does plenty of damage versus Meepo. The Maelstrom on top of that's proccing
10
a lot of
seconds
lightning on all the
remaining.
Meepos. So I think just going for the Maelstrom is fine. I don't think he has the time to go for a
5
Battle Fury this
seconds
game.
remaining.
Unless they win their lanes extremely hard. But if they've done that, then they probably won the game regardless. So,
Reserve time.
once again, with Meepo drafts, it's all about doing well in that early game, getting the Meepo to snowball, and then taking some good fights and just sort of destroying all the buildings very, very quickly. So, we'll have to see once again how this early game goes. Going well, very well for Cloud9 last game, but they get pulling it back with some incredible team fights.
Last ban from C9 is that Darkseer, and that's a Darkseer we've seen Mag play multiple times in the last 2 days, and he's done very well with it.
Dire team
And then
pick.
Vega, they're going to ban out this Skywrath mage. They've got Luna, they've got Winter Wyvern, Earth Spirit, Ember. So Luna safe lane, Winter Wyvern. Oh, interesting with the
Radiant
Enigma
team
pick. I'm gonna say they're looking for an offlaner, but Enigma could be going in the jungle. Can we see Winter Wyvern or Earth Spirit hold their own in an offlane?
Probably Enigma offlane. Some players have been trying out with it. It can be quite good,
10
especially in matchups
seconds
where they don't
remaining.
have a ton of kill potential in the Enigma. He can constantly be spamming the
5
Eidolons and be a very,
seconds
very strong
remaining.
laner. Because, you can constantly be stopping the attacks on the Eidolons and just last it with all of them at
Reserve
once. So,
time.
over 100 damage and last hitting power. Enigma's a hero that's also very hard to go on. He'll throw down the Midnight Pulse and just start right-clicking it with the conversions. So overall, can be a very strong offlaner. If he's not punishable, not killable, he can just sit there and sort of dominate this offlane. And as they do have the Meepo, they like to put him in the safe lane and throw the support into the lane afterwards. This Enigma should be able to just completely body the support they put into the lane, because he is a very strong laner when he is a good start.
The last pick for Cloud9, they've got the Jakiro, Centaur, Shadow Demon, Meepo. Against this lineup of Vega, what do you think they're going to be going for?
I really don't know. Cloud9 picked some weird heroes. They think things are strong that not a lot of other teams do. Heavily prioritizing that Meepo. A lot of other teams do that, but picking it consistently every game if they can. Buying Silencer, Jakiro, heroes like that. So I really have no idea what they're going to take for this last pick. But most probably as support, I feel like this Jakiro is going to be a mid Baby Knights. They typically play it that way, but
10
we'll have to
seconds
see.
remaining.
All right, 10 seconds
5
remaining.
seconds
Should come out
remaining.
really soon. Hero, Centaur, Shadow Demon, Meepo, now with a Juggernaut.
So it is the support Jakiro opting to pick up another core, so they get the Juggernaut. Is decent versus laning Ember. In mid, good versus the Earth Spirits, good versus the Luna. In some ways, this Juggernaut is not going to scale nearly as well as this Luna, so Vega Squadron definitely with superior late game this game. And once again, it comes down to Cloud9 can snowball with this Meepo, hit all their timings, get the Roshan, and try and go high ground. They have the Healing Ward to sort of counter out a lot of Earth Spirits slow damage, some Ember Spirits slow damage, and we'll have to see this. The Healing Ward is definitely good this game. Not really any adept Healing Ward killers. Wyvern is okay.
10
It kind of
seconds
depends on how the
remaining.
game is going, how the fights are going, but overall, a decent jug
5
pick.
seconds remaining.
Mid, both of them are going to farm. Not really super favored either way. But yeah, I have to see how this one plays out. It's, Cloud9's definitely the ones with the pressure on them
Prepare
to
for
make stuff
battle.
happen.
With that, we get on into this game. Vega's got a 1-0 lead. We see Dityara on the Luna, Seema on the Winter Wyvern. G's going to be on that Ember Spirit. Over on the Earth Spirit once again is going to be Seneko, and Mag on that off-lane Enigma. For the other side, C9 Hesta Joe going to be on the Centaur War Runner. Noya on the Jakiro. Rise with the Shadow Demon. Ace back on that Meepo. Let's see if he could turn it around this game. And Baby Knight's going to be down low with this Juggernaut. So 1-0 for Vega. They're looking to clinch. They're looking to qualify. C9, they're hoping to keep their, keeping their time longer. Hoping to keep their hopes alive is what I was going to say. Thought it was hope too much. But C9 looking to stay alive here up against Vega in this best of 3. Let's
Yeah,
see
Cloud9
what they
actually
do.
switching it up and putting BB Knight down in the safe line as they know the Enigma's off the lane. They know that he can snowball quite hard, laning wise, if he does get a good start. So put the Juggernaut down here. A hero can deal with the stronger laners. Actually doesn't start with the Stout Shield, it's going for the Wraith Band early in the lane with the Clarity. So kind of an interesting starting build from Baby Knight. We'll see how it plays out. But looks like they are going to have him solo down here and do an aggressive tri-lane with the Shadow Demon Jakiro Centaur. A very, very strong aggressive tri-lane that this Luna is not going to enjoy playing against.
Now Luna going to be up against this tri-lane of Shadow Demon, Centaur, and Jakiro, and it looks as though Seema's going to stay by, but like you said, it looks to be maybe a little bit of trouble for Dityara up top thus far.
They always ward here on Cloud9. They actually always ward on this hill. I'm surprised teams haven't figured it out yet.
Go right by these stairs right here.
Yeah.
Couldn't see your pings, or if you were pinging it at all. So Dityara, Seema up top, Noya, Hesta, Joe, and Rise. Not much aggression happening just yet. Ace is going to be mid this time around up against G. And we take a look down low. It should be a pretty interesting lane down low. Should be favoring Mag here with Seneko up against Baby Knight. Baby Knight might have a little bit of trouble up against this Enigma, but we take a look up top. Seema might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get disrupted as well as the dual breath. The big body blocks coming out from Rise to stop Seema, but damage not completely there just yet. He's at about half health, still trying to just run away. Dual breath comes out once again. Rise, disruption up in 10. They're still going to hit down Seema. 1 or 2 more shots should do it, and Rise gets first blood and go the way of C9 instead of Vega this time around.
At the very least, you're all having a little bit of time in the lane, up to 5 CS, so not the most whole thing in the world. The sport's being out of lane for quite a while, but you definitely don't want to give up first blood to a tri-line like this. Now the Shadow Demon could have up mid, maybe mess with G-Stun, maybe also head down to bottom and help out Baby Knight as this top lane and this Centaur Jakiro dual lane can basically secure this lane and have a good time, so. Rise looks like he's going to play around the other lanes, and I like this a lot. Making sure Baby Knight, unlike last game, actually gets a decent start this game, as he is suffering already, only 4 CS, so.
Yeah, he had a rough start last game as the Life Stealer. Hopefully you can turn it around. There's the stomp coming in on Dityara. Dityara still going to stand strong up against the Centaur, and there is the slow from Seema with the rolling boulder coming in from Seneko, and they will find themselves a turnaround kill on Hesta Joe.
Yeah, the Jakiro walking up the top rune to get this DD, and meanwhile they just go on this Centaur and take him down while the Jakiro's not there, so kind of unfortunate, maybe a slight overextension from Hesta Joe, but they get a cleanup kill and they bring both the supports up here, so leading Mag to only 1 down bottom against the Juggernaut.
And if it's just a 1v1 without Seneko here, you think this lane favors more for the Juggernaut instead of Mag? Or does Mag still have the upper hand up against Juggernaut with these Eidolons?
I think Enigma will still have a good time, but the Jug should be able to farm. Has the healing ward, have the poor man shield in just a second, so they'll both farm. But I think Vega okay with how the lanes are going so far. The Luna's not having the greatest of times, but Ember having a free lane mid, the Shadow Demon taking the lane away as Meepo goes back to the jungle. So what Cloud9 typically does, putting Rise in the lane that Ace leaves whenever he's playing that Meepo. G having a free lane, and Rise trying to get as much as he can with his super low damage compared to G's 68 and the Calling Blade on top.
I saw a little bit before Baby Knight did take out a couple of these Eidolons, and quite a bit of gold from it. And if you're Mag, you gotta try and play it safe, especially when the Blade Fury is there for Baby Knight. And you don't want to give up too much gold, and you definitely don't want to give up your Eidolons this early on and trying to get some farm.
Yeah, you may lose one or two, it happens. Hard to keep them all alive, especially if they do get spun on. But up to level 5 now, so the Eidolon's getting progressively stronger, and also he's able to deny the range creep every single minute with those Eidolons. So it's really, really obnoxious for Baby Knight to play against. He's only level 4, as you can see. Mag up to level 5, so already separating an entire level advantage by just denying the range creep every single minute. You can see Mag with 13 denies.
And up top, we're actually gonna catch the last bit of it, but Noya's gonna fall to Seneko. Was Arctic Burn coming out as well as the Rolling Boulder. Ditya was there with the Lucent Beam, I want to say. And they did find themselves an easy kill. Meanwhile, Ace, he's made his way over towards top, maybe looking for a return kill on Vega. Tough. They don't have Ice Path. They do have 2 in Liquid Fire, 1 in Dual Breath. They do have Hesta Joe here with Hoof Stomp if he wants to go in. So we'll have to see if they want to make the full commit on Ditya up top.
Yeah, G just hitting level 6. Ace, like you said, sort of wandering around, maybe looking for a kill. G pressuring Rise off the tower and getting some damage onto it. You actually have to use some remnants to get back to get disrupted, maybe then on top.
And there's the disruption. Ace is coming in. He gets the poop. A little bit of damage. There's the Searing Chains. Rise might be in a little bit of trouble. There's the Remnant onto the high ground. Ace still chasing.
Mana.
There's not a lot of mana for G at this moment in time. There's the Earthbind. Still looking for something. Ace gonna poop in. There's another Earthbind. Really slowing down G, who's got no mana now, but he does get off those Searing Chains.
Just gonna go shrine up in a second. Yep.
Yeah, should move him right back in a lane. He does get that salve as well.
You can see Baby Knight on bottom now. Like we talked about. Starting to feel the pressure. Out of regen, healing ward on cooldown, and Mag. Sitting here and free farming. All the Eidolons with 38 damage and himself with 62. So if the Juggernaut walks up, just sort of gets pummeled by all of them at once. And has the black hole now as well. So calling that out. Sneaka moving down here. Be looking for a rotation. Maybe able to get a kill on this Juggernaut. He's gonna black hole.
Black hole with the Rolling Boulder. It's gonna be this Juggernaut in a whole bunch of
kick.
trouble. The stun comes in on 2, so Rise gets stunned up. No disruption for him, and he'll have to back off. As you know, if he was a couple of steps closer, he might have been in trouble as well. But they do kill this Juggernaut down low. Black hole gonna be on cooldown, but definitely worth it to get a kill on that Juggernaut.
Some perfect timing. The Enigma already with the headdress, working on that buckler, so they're gonna have a very quick mech. And it seems that's sort of what happens every game with Mag, or what hero is playing. They always give him a good start. He always gets that super quick mech and has a very high impact in the game. Seems like they value his getting a good start over Ditya. Ditya plays catch up plays, not necessarily second fiddle, but they give him an unfavorable lane a lot of times, and he has to play from behind.
There's the Rolling Boulder. Even going to be a little bit short. Here is the Lucent Beam. Hesta Joe might be in a little bit of trouble. The Dual Breath comes out on 2. There's the Hoof Stomp, but not going to be enough as Ditya finds himself a kill on Hesta Joe. So they turn it around. They get the Arctic Burn as well as the Rolling Boulder in with the Lucent Beam. And they find a kill on Hesta Joe. They're taking out these cores one by one on the side of Vega. And Ditya not having as bad of a start as he did last game. Still third in terms of net worth on his team, but not as far behind as he was last game. And Mag, like I said, he always seems to find the ability to get an amazing start, and that usually helps Vega steamroll some of these teams.
Just continuing to farm level 8, continuing to deny these range creeps as well, so opening up a serious level gap now. 2 levels, Baby Knight only level 6, Mag level 8. And just holding the lane, continuing to last hit. Baby Knight does have the phase boots now, so a little bit easier for him to farm, but as you can see, just continuing to get chipped down here below half HP, even after using that healing ward. Not having an amazing time.
Baby Knight's got to find something else. Maybe you see them rotate. And you think if he rotates where Hesta Joe is, they might have an easier time. But meanwhile, I say that up top, there's the disruption with the double edge and the Hoof Stomp. They will get a kill on Ditya up top, so they seem to be having an alright time up top. Hesta Joe did go down a little bit earlier, but they do get the return kill on Ditya, so evens itself up a bit later on.
Yeah, G has an Arcane Rune level 8 as well, so they may actually look to rotate on this Meepo, but only one here, so can always poop it away to the other one. Pretty unlikely they get this kill, I think.
Meanwhile,
Off the
mid
top-
Ace might be in a little bit of trouble. G is going to be there with the Searing Chain. Seneko not going to have enough to kill Ace as the ulti is used by Centaur, and he will be able to run his way out. But up top, Noya, Rise, and Estijo, they're going to push this top tier 1, and it looks as
He's
though
dead, I think.
they should be able to get it. Meanwhile, mid, G might be in a little bit of trouble. Ace coming in with a poof. Sima's here with the heal. No ult just yet, and the poof will be enough to take down G.
I think that heal killed him. I think he would have lived if he was able to just walk away.
He missed the first poof, but now with the Lucent Beam, Splinter Blast comes in on Noya. Noya going to use that Liquid-Fire as well as the Dual Breath on Diggerod. Diggerod does have the Lucent Beam to strike down on Noya. But here's the Earthbind Eclipse used. Ace might be in a little bit of trouble trying to poof out and will do so successfully.
Yeah, with just a couple of plays there from Ace. The 3 Meepos very, very early on. Already had 3 Meepos and a Dragon Lance. Vega going for that kill, G using all 3 Remnants. And then walking up into the lane, I guess not realizing how strong the Meepo was. And AM almost taking him down, finishing off the kill, and then poofing him out. So the Luna rotating into mid. At least their Spirit is getting some levels top, but definitely not a great couple of minutes for Vega. Some very nice plays from Ace, sort of bringing them back into this game after this early game wasn't looking exactly the way they wanted to.
But meanwhile, down low, G and Mag are here. They might be looking for a good black hole. Rise is going to split up from Baby Knight. They know the black hole is available. They are going to get the black hole out on Baby Knight, and they will get the kill on Juggernaut. Rise is going to try and run away, but Diggerod and Sima have made their rotations over, and they find yet another after this disruption runs out. So G's going to get the kill onto Rise, who just tried to extend the inevitable of his own death, and he gets credit for the kill. He's now 1-1-1. Not exactly the start he had last game, but still doing all right. Team up 7-3, and we take a look at this net worth. They're about 1,000 behind.
Yep. In the meantime, Noya chipping it mid with this Liquid Fire, but Sima there as well, spamming at the Splinter Blast, trying to counter that. Baby Knight coming in as well, so Sima tower pretty low, only 250 HP. Continuing to tick down with his Liquid Fire. No real way to stop the Jakiro from walking up into this tower. They don't have the most kill potential, but now as the Ember walks in, should be able to defend this tower decently well, even with the Jug here and the Healing Ward.
And they're just a tick away from getting that Winter's Curse, and there's the Liquid Fire as well as the Dual Breath. G's gonna stand tall up against Baby Knight, and Noya still running in, maybe looking for something. There's the Splinter Blast as well as the Rolling Boulder coming in from Seneko. Diggerod's on the back end, and they're looking to get possibly a kill on C9, but with that Blade Fury, they're just gonna try and walk out. Noya might be in a little bit of trouble.
Just barely whipping a couple of spells. Does have the HOD on Diggerod now, so got the Mud Golem walking around and throwing some rocks to people every once in a while. Just top lane been quite abandoned for a while, and Ace actually opting to go for the Blink before the second Dragon Lance this game. So they want to fight a little bit earlier on. Joe has 2,500 gold, so maybe still deciding what he wants to go for, whether it wants to be that Hood, the Vanguard, the Blink.
Meanwhile, Seneko and Diggerod, they're smoked up with this Golem leading the charge. They do spot the courier out. They know Rise, Baby Knight, and Noya are all there. We got this camera up just a little bit to see if we can spot Seneko and Diggerod where they're going to go. All kind of together. They do have Eclipse available, and G's going to go right on in with those Searing Chains. They're going to get the stun. They're immediately going to find the kill, and there's the Magnetize going out from Seneko, and the Omni Slash comes through, but it's not really going to do too much. The Magnetize continuing to move forward. G is going to look for something. There's the Lucent Beam out on Noya. They get the Rolling Boulder as well. Noya in a bit of trouble. Splinter Blast hits on through. And they will find yet another on C9. That's Splinter Blast, not Splinter Bast, like I said. That they'll take an easy tier 1 mid.
Yep. As we saw last game, a lot of Vega doing very, very well early game. The Meepo on top. The rest of the heroes just not having the greatest of games. The Juggernauts, once again, sort of leaving Baby Knight out in the cold, having a very rough start to enable this Meepo to do well. Vega really, really punishing the other heroes, not trying too much to shut down this Meepo super early on, as this is very difficult, and he still farms extremely fast as long as he gets his levels, but more focusing on killing supporting casts so that they can actually deal with this Meepo and not have the rest of his team back him up too much.
Baby Knight didn't exactly have the best game, or the best start last game either. He only had 2 stolen intelligence about the same time, so he's struggling once again, and if you're Cloud9, you really You see that Baby Knight's struggling on this Juggernaut. He's just so far behind at 3,600 net worth. You kind of start to get worried as falling further and further behind.
Yeah, Hestujo's actually going to go for the Ag's first item on the Centaur. Only 1k away now, and I actually really like this. It makes this meepo basically unkillable for that duration, so... You know, once again, sort of like last fight, whenever you do have the super strong team fight versus Meepo, it allows the Meepo, you know, gives him these 3 seconds where he can just go in and try and kill the hero with the start of the fight, and then be able to take the fight from there, jump the winner Wyvern, and then it can also pop it right when the winner's curse happens, so the Meepo doesn't beat himself to death. A lot of things you can do with this, but normally you go for a tanky item, first item with the Centaur, so Hood or Vanguard or whatever, so this Centaur can continue to farm. So it gives him a little less farming power. Is whenever he double edges, it kind of just kills himself, but Zags is going to make them a lot better in these team fights, and they really need to win this first big team fight. It's quite crucial because Selena is continuing to just farm up. Level 10 now, has the HD and a Yasha. Not near as farmed as this Meepo, but if you leave him unchecked for a few more minutes, it can get quite huge very quickly.
And we'll be able to poop out. That's a smoke wasted by Vega, and I was just actually about to mention the Meepo because last game he wasn't this far ahead, and now it seems as though he's having a better game. He's 3,000 net worth over the Luna, and that, you know, that can make all the difference in this game. Where C9, they didn't look as great last game, they can kind of turn it around with a Meepo getting a bit of farm this game and look towards tying up this series.
Yeah, you always have to worry about the winner Wyvern playing as Meepo. It's just extremely hard to play on cars. Very, very good micro, a lot of patience, jumping the right target at the right time, not going in too soon and just getting winner Wyvern curse, killing your teammates or killing yourself. As Vega pushed on top, Noya still pushing mid, macro powering the wave and just continuing to throw out the liquid fires, so they're gonna have to get back and try and catch him. Looks like they may.
Nico gonna miss the rolling boulder and the kick stun, but now G's gonna try and come in. G's got the Veil out on Rise. Rise gonna get silenced up. 1 or 2 more shots should do it, and there it is. Now Noya might be the next victim. Missing the stun is Sineko, but they get the Malefice out with the Lucent Beam, and they do find it. There's the Winter's Curse gonna come out on Ace, and the ulti used by Hestujo, a big black hole on 2. And that's 3 if you consider the other Meepo clones. They do finally bring down Ace. Hestujo in a bit of trouble. He'll fall as well. And 4 die on the side of Cloud9.
Yeah, this, I get him Scepter on the Centaur, almost turning around, the Meepo jumping in, ulting at the same time, saving them from the winner's curse like we talked about, but just not making big enough of a difference. The rest of the heroes dead too early in the fight. The Shadow Demon already dead. The Jakiro almost dead by the time they jump in. And the Juggernaut not there for the fight at all, only level 9 as well, so the Omni Slash barely tickling at this point, working on a Yasha, and can't really spin into their lineup either if they get right-clicked down by this Luna, so they can get a tier 2 off of this and hopefully just back up and chill and wait for their ultimates to come back up so they can fight again. But a Midas on Sineko now, so preparing for this late game, gonna try and get a lot of items up so they can deal with this Meepo. G with the Boots to Travel and the Veil, so they get very happy after getting that good fight.
And Vega, they wait for these ultis to come off cooldown, and they lined them up perfectly in that last fight. They went from Winter's Curse straight into a black hole, and it worked out perfectly for him as they brought down 4. And Juggernaut, you know, he probably would have went down as well had he been in that fight, but he's just too weak to fight at this moment.
Yep. It's like, sort of like what happened last game. They're going to try for this sneak Roshan play, but it looks like Vega is wise this time. They may try and contest it. They're dying pretty quickly at about 1/3 HP, so they're going to have to hurry.
They are going to get the stun. They do find the vision. There's the Lucent Beam coming out on Hestujo. The Malefice from Mag. They've got the Winter's Curse coming out again. Baby Knight's going to be in a whole bunch of trouble as he's got that Blade Fury running. They're going to use that ulti from the Centaur to try and Delta maneuver their way out. He's going to come in with the Remnant, still moving forward on Hestujo. There's the Searing Chains as well as the Lucent Beam, and they will find a kill. And only 1, but this should end up being Roche as well. Now G coming over with the Remnants again. The stun comes out from Sineko on everybody. And there's the silence as well. 3 fall on the side of C9, and with the Sleight of Fist, G will finish up that triple kill and bring down 4 on the side of C9. And with that, they'll be able to take this easy Roche, and it is looking all Vega Squadron thus far.
Yeah, and after the bots fail, so like you said, he is going to be going into the Battle Fury, so it seems like some of the European players versus Meepo versus Naga Siren still like going for this Battle Fury after the Veil and the bots, so sort of a hybrid build. We'll see how it pays off. But yeah, with that Aegis you're actually going for BKB now, so Yasha into BKB, a little bit of an uncommon build, but still be able to farm quite fast, and they're just just want to make sure that they do well in these team fights, because as long as they win these fights, then they should be very set to do well in the game. As Noya goes down bottom G with a nice kill. It's Arcane Rune.
Yeah, I was focusing on Luna. Digera. You're talking about that Yasha. And I missed that kill bottom. But yeah, it's still looking all Vega right now. Just gonna run it down as Ace tries to come in with the Earthbind Poof. But not gonna find anything. And Vega, they're up right now about 6,000 net worth. 18 to 3. I felt like it might be more, something like a 10,000, 12,000 net worth lead, but only 6,000 is not too bad. It's probably mainly because Ace, despite not doing too much right now, has a pretty solid net worth.
Yeah, it's still on top as the Meepo, but not near as on top as it used to be. G getting very, very farmed up to 8.8k net worth. Shoving out this bottom lane, and Meepo not really able to contest him too well, as he does have the Remnant back, so Meepo never really able to catch him until he has that Hex, but able to force him onto the lane at the very least, so Meepo picking up, sort of walking him, and forcing G to TP back to base, so using all of his Remnants, not able to be with his team at the current moment, so Vega as 4 gonna go for a smoke and maybe try and catch Hesta Joe.
Going up top, gonna try and catch Hesta Joe. He does not seem to be wise about it, as the courier is gonna come over. They are gonna spot Rise. There's the disruption. Rise still gonna be in a little bit of trouble. They do lose their courier. Dira hitting at Rise. They will find themselves a first kill on Rise, and now they might be looking for more to get Hesta Joe. There's the rolling boulder in. They do get the silence from Sineko, and the stun as well. Mag is here with the Malefice. And Hesta Joe gonna try and use that ulti as he's magnetized up. The Malefice doing work on him, keeping him nearby. And he's gonna try and get in those trees, try and get away, but there's the Sleight of Fist with the Searing Chains, and they will find yet another. It is now 3 to 20. The Dream's still alive for that score.
At the very least, the Meepo still pushing bottom, does get it down to about 1/3 HP.
Oh,
You find him.
the Dream is dead. As Noya takes down Seema, the Dream for 3-2-2 is dead, and we continue on, and we do see the possibility of Baby Knight going down. He's going to get very low, he'll fall, and actually off camera, Ace is going to get a kill on Dityara. So 5 to 21, they get 2 pretty solid kills on the side of C9, but they lose Baby Knight and their Centaur Hesta Joe.
Yeah, Meepo does find the Luna farming out pretty far down in this, up in this top lane, so Meepo getting a kill, and that's really, really good for him, as he's working on that Hex, so whenever he has that, he's going to be able to set up pickoffs on this Ember Spirit, especially, you know, hopefully continue to be able to pressure this Luna. There's actually a Midas and a Blink Dagger on Enigma, so have 2 minuses on Dire. They really want these supports to scale, so they're not so easy to burst down by this Meepo. If we can get some more saving items, Mag going for a BKB whenever he has that, BKB or his Black Hole be uncancelable, so it makes it very hard for this Meepo to play in these team fights because of these huge ultimates. The Winner's Curse, he'll be playing super far back in every fight. The BKB Black Hole on Mag, and looks like they just want to chill and farm the BKB. You have the BKB at Dityara, get BKB of Mag, and look for any pickoffs all they can, but not in a big hurry right now, as Unite still quite poor, working towards that match style, but Ace really the right spot for Cloud9 right now.
Yeah, Vega, it's tough to see them losing out on this game as they are so far ahead. They are going to use Winter's Curse, not going to get the kill on Ace. So maybe without the Winter's Curse, they still have to avoid the Black Hole. Maybe C9, and as I say that, they lose Noya once again in the middle lane. Maybe C9 look for something on Vega, knowing that they can't be hit by that Winter's Curse. And Ace is here with Hesta Joe. There's the Black Hole coming in from Mag. That'll stop Ace in his tracks. And they will find yet another kill on Vega towards this Meepo Ace. Just disregard everything I just said.
Yeah, the Meepo going down, so a nice using the Black Hole, but as Nets don't cancel TPs anymore, they don't cancel Black Holes, they don't cancel anything channeling, so I think not having to worry about that. Getting this Black Hole off, and you can see immediately after they get that kill, Sneeko moving down to the bottom lane, G as well. They're continuing to get out these lanes and then just immediately book it to the next closest hero and try and get these pickoffs, not give up an inch. They Maybe Knight may go down as well as
There's
Max
the blink
level
with the
silence.
stun and the magnetized G coming in with the remnant. Searing Chain, Sleight of Fist, Baby Knight dead again. G having another amazing game, this time at 11-1. They'll get the deny on their own tower down low. And now looks as though Hesta Joe up top might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to try and use that ult, but Malphus keeping him nearby. Hesta Joe in a little bit of trouble. There's the Lucent Beam trying to turn it around. Does get that hoof stomp, but not going to land on Ditya. Still trying to run away. Meanwhile, on the back end, it looks as though G might be trying to do some work on Noya. And G is here with Seema. Seema's going to end up going down. Noya in a bit of trouble. He's going to use that Ice Path, try and TP out, and no! Not going to get it. G finds another. He's now 12-1, and 3 are dead on the side of C9.
Yeah, it's getting close to finishing up that Daedalus Meeple, almost with the Hex, so sort of Cloud9's.
Ace might find Mag, should be a bit of an easy kill as he's all by his lonesome, and he will get one. But on the back end of that, Rise will fall, and Digara's going to use that BKB. He's going to rain down hell with that Eclipse, and Ace will fall. Maybe not going to use that Blade Fury to try and get out. G is here with Seneko and Digara. They just need to land that Lucent Beam. There's the Veil. There's the Lucent Beam. Sleight of Fist, as well as the Searing Chains. G finds another. And it is just looking very bad for the side of C9 as Vega want to close this out 2-0.
Yeah, for every pickup that Ace is getting, finding some alone hero and bursting them down with all the meepos, Vega's finding a big team fight and getting a lot of kills.
Radiant's
G getting
top tower
super
is
farm
under
now, having the
attack.
Battle Fury and the Crystallis, so on par with Meeple's net worth finally.
Just look down low. Seneko might be in a little bit of trouble. There's the hook stomp as well as the double edge. Seneko going to try and rolling boulder out. There's the ulti with the Searing Chains, going to stop this Centaur and keep Seneko alive. So G going to throw the Remnant into the river, going to turn around, Sleight of Fist with the Searing Chains. He's not going to have to use that Remnant as he should be okay.
Just continuing to push out here, but Vega's team fight is just so strong. This Enigma last pick, I don't think Cloud9 saw it coming at all, but banned out the Darkseer and took the next best thing in an AoE stun, just AoE control. You know, it does sort of the same thing as the Vacuum, gives them a point for all their AoE damage to go here. It does very well in the lane. Overall, this Enigma pick sort of just sealed up Vega's draft as being very, very strong. And once again, Cloud9 having to play very, very pristine, take these fights super well, find the pickoffs, have great lanes, and Vega having some really nice rotations, getting several kills in this top lane, and Ditya probably getting a lot more than Cloud9 wanted him to, as he is at 12k net worth now, so not very shut down this game.
Ditya had the opposite of what he's having this game, last game, and now they're up 10,000 net worth. They're up 29-7. It seems like it's in the bag for Vega, but you can never say it's in the bag. Games can always turn around in the blink of an eye, but what do C9 need to do to turn it around? They're down 10,000 net worth. They seem to be losing every team fight they engage in. Do they just sit back and farm and hope, or what kind of maneuver do they go in next?
They want to continue to split the map with this Meepo. He has the Hex now, so has the real Meepo with the Hex on bottom, along with the Jakiro, so they can pressure these towers extremely well. They have several ways to cancel TPs. They have Stomp, they have Disruption, they have Ice Path, they have the Hex. So, looking to isolate Vega in places, maybe bait them into an aggressive push, and then split push, take their towers, but it looks like they've actually spotted the Meepo, but immediately getting out, realizing they've spotted him, and Noya walking away as well. So it looks like they won't lose anyone here. So very nice split pushing from Cloud9. Just continue doing things like this. They TP the Meepo up the top, bring one back down to bottom. They may actually lose G here, as you can definitely pick him off if he gets a hop of him, but Ace has to play it safe, go away, thinking his team is probably there.
Yeah, bottom
setting
is,
up top,
Mag might be in a little bit of trouble. Hesta Joe is going to be spotted. There's the Malphus, but turning around his Baby Knight, they might be looking to go in on this. Mag, we're going to keep Hesta Joe near. Coming in with the TP is Ditya on the back end. Baby Knight and Hesta Joe are going to have to run away as Vega is here, but swooping out is Ace, and Baby Knight with the Blade Fury and TP out. Hesta Joe might fall. Might be the sacrifice, but he will blink into the trees and TP out. So nobody falls on the side of Cloud9, and like you said, it's stuff they need to get done to slowly crawl themselves out of this hole and get themselves back into this game when they're down 10,000 net worth.
Yeah, they're still pushing very effectively. It's very hard not to drop any heroes versus this Ember Spirit catch, the Earth Spirit with a Blink Dagger, the Enigma with a Blink Dagger as well. So Cloud9 doing a very good job in the situation they're in, constantly getting these lanes out. Meepo not falling at all.
Meepo might find a kill on G, who's got in a little bit too far. There's the Winter's Curse. He's going to get a kill on Noya, but still G might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to remnant out. They just lose Noya. And they almost get themselves a kill on G, but Ace, he's lucky to get away with his life after that Winter's Curse.
Yeah, I think Seema maybe misclicking slightly. Maybe meant to click one of the Meepos and have him kill himself, but still okay. They do get on the Jakiro, and immediately after that pickoff, we're going to go for the Roshan.
Black Hole comes out on Ace. Ace might be in a little bit of trouble, and by a little bit of trouble, I mean he's dead. And they lose Ace again, and that is a big halt in the step of C9 as Vega look to grab this easy Roche without Meepo trying to defend it.
Yep. Damber up to level 22 now as well, so has the cooldown reduction, getting close to the extra searing chains duration. Gonna be very, very nice versus this center ult in place, even while they have a stampede. Yeah, with this Aegis, Mansaw on Digera, Vega is just going to look to continue to control the map and farm up, get an item advantage so that they can eventually take a team fight near the base, get some of these tier 2s, get the shrines down, and break high ground. While Cloud9 continues to want to split push, not take these big fights.
And Noya might be in a little bit of trouble. And avoid that stun. Does throw the Macropyre down, but Mag, Digera, and Seneko are here. There's the Lucent Beam. There's the Magnetize even. And Seneko will find a kill. All 5 are here for the side of Vega. They're still looking for more. They might be looking for Rise, but it doesn't look as though they're going to find it, as he does get just out of the way of that Sleight of Fist Searing Chains.
Yeah, Rise just barely living there, but they do catch Noya. Gonna get all their lanes out as Hesta Joe running up the top to shove this out immediately. Seema sitting around mid, maybe looking to scout someone out, but Vega just getting all these lanes in and continue to control the map.
The TP seems going to be spotted by Ace. Easy kill there.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff they have to go for. Get these hex pickoffs, find people that are alone, just a little bit out of place, and Meepo just disintegrates them in 1 or 2 seconds. Continuing to find stuff like that, keep this Meepo on top net worth, and buy some time for Juggernaut to catch up and become a scary force in this game.
They need to really make a lot of space as it's kind of crawling its way into a 12,000 net worth deficit. Go look at Hesta Joe, he's got Blink and Ags, and that's kind of it. Sitting behind this Jug and farm by about 300 gold. Baby Knight, he's got himself that Phase Boots Manta going for the Diffusal Blade next. When we take a look, a real surprise, Seneko, who's got himself more net worth than the Jug and the Centaur on the side of C9. He's going for an Ags next.
On who did you say? On the...
Seneko's going to be going for the Ags next, it looked like.
Okay. Yeah, wow, he has a Lotus Orb as well, so go for that Boots of Travel that we saw him go for yesterday. Whenever he is very far ahead, he likes to go for this Midas into Blink into Boots of Travel, so just super mobile force. All over the map, constantly setting up kills. The Lotus Orb now, like you said, going for that Aghanim, so be able to save whoever the Meepo jumps on, ult them. Really like going for that item. This game does go that long, could be a huge force in keeping heroes alive. The Meepo jumps, they jump with the Centaur, they're being Omni Slashed. Overall, Cloud9 have a lot of spells that really don't like being interrupted.
Vega, they're gonna get this top tier 2, but we do see Hesta Joe and Noya trying to tier 2 of their own down low, and down or up top Rise is gonna fall to G, and now the pressure is on C9 as the Macropyre gets thrown out. They're looking for an easy tier 3. Digera gonna continue to hit away at it, and TPing back is G. Gets the Ice Path out. Man style used by Digera. There's the Hook Stomp as well as Oath of Fire, and the Dual Breath coming in. Mag's gonna get that Malefice out on Noya, and the heal is gonna be there on Digera. They're looking for these racks. It should be easy with Digera. C9, it doesn't look as though they have all too much to stop it.
Looks like they're gonna try and catch this Meepo. He's pretty far out. Ace may get caught. Seneca with the Boots of Travel.
Ooh, Black Hole used. It's gonna grab Ace again, and Digera's here with G and Seneko. They bring Ace down again, and 99 seconds on the sidelines with no buyback. And without that, C9, they are one finger away from falling off this cliff and calling GG.
Ace doing very good split pushing, forcing G to come back and not allowing them to stick around and take this top Rex, but just fall in the process. Very, very hard to not get caught with this Earth Spirit. They can just be there from 3,000 range away with the roll as well as the blink and the kick, so does force them to come back, but falls in the process, and they may lose this bottom tower as a result, but cut it immediately back up to top lane, continuing to push out these lanes, and Noya walking up, siege units going to take down this tower, or at least put some chip damage, try and trade while Vega takes the bottom tower, but with Meepo dead and no buyback, they may have to come back to defend their racks very soon.
Yeah, no Meepo for 50 seconds. It should force the hand of C9 as Vega, without a Meepo in their face, can kind of go all in on this. And they still do have the Aegis, and there, stunned up is Noya in a little bit of trouble. There's the Splinter Vest. He's going to be Yule's up. He's silenced as well from Seneco. Yule's does purge that. G's going to go in. He's going to get the Sleight of Fist as well as the Searing Chains. And there's the Dual Breath, and the Omni Slash comes out right on G, who's going to Remnant out. They do throw a lot in the way of Vega. And G will go back to heal up, and then probably Remnant back down low, where Vega will try again with this high ground siege.
Yeah, they pick up the Boots of Travel on Mag, so able to shove at this top line and then get TP back to mid, finish off this mid tower, and then maybe get the shrines as well. I really like that pickup, and people are not quite having the Boots of Travel yet, so not really able to get up to this top lane to get this pick off on Mag. Is going to TP to the shrine and try and move up there and get it, it looks like. He may be able to find that pick off. We'll have to see. Mag needs to be really careful as people are running up.
Trying to watch both possibilities as we do see a little bit of trouble here for Seaman's going to try and heal himself up with the Blade Fury. As to Joe out front, he's going to be silenced. There's the Winter's Curse, going to buy some time for Vega. Meanwhile, Hesta Joe's going to go down to G. They're going to get the stun out from Seneco. G continuing to go in. There is the Lucent Beam out on Rise. Rise is going to go down as well as Baby Knight is lost 3. There's the Macro Pyre. Noya in a bit of trouble. He's going to be very low. Lucent Beam again from Digara. It will find 4 dead on the side of C9, and the instant buybacks from both the Jakiro Juggernaut as well as Rise, and they do end up getting a kill on G. So G's dead, 85 seconds, no buyback. There's the BKB as well as the Lotus Orb out on Digura. Digura's going to use that Manta style, and Ace going to back off. They do
yeah,
get
they missed one of their
hold.
disables as well, so they have to be really careful. This Meepo definitely wants to try and chase some heroes down, and Digura with no BKB as well.
Digura uses that BKB. There's the Ice Path on 3, and here comes the Black Hole from Mag. Ace is going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Eclipse raining down hell, but not going to be enough to bring down Ace just yet. Ace is going to poof on in. They've brought down Seneco. They're going to bring down Ditya, and a 4th will go down to the side of Vega, and now a 5th as Seema dies on the back end. The Baby Knight. It's 5 dead on the side of Vega, and this game with a good hold like that from C9 is kind of turned around.
Yeah, huge buyback ult from Hesta Joe. They committed everything, the Black Hole, the Eclipse, and then the one Meeple who lives with 500 or so HP because of the Centaur ultimate. And now they march toward the base. Vega's gonna have to use a lot of buybacks. They're just gonna lose these buildings. G doesn't have one, so they may still end up losing a Rex here. It's the power of the Meepo kills buildings so fast.
Meepo gonna get stunned as well as Silence. Hesta Joe trying to go in with the Blink Hoof Stomp. Not gonna find anything there. Is the Hex out on Mag. Mag is gonna have that Lotus Orb up, not really doing too much. There's a stun coming out from Seneco. He's still staying strong, gonna finish off that Rax and poof to the low ground and try and find an escape. But G is back. Here comes Rolling Boulder. Ace might be in a little bit of trouble. There's the stun and the silence. G's trying to go in on Ace. Ace is getting very low. He's going to be E-bladed up and go down to G. And Mag, who's going to get that heal from Seema. Baby Knight, he's way deep right now, and he does not have a healing ward or an Omni Slash to use. Meanwhile, Digara's going to fall again and Rise. He's getting very low. Winter's Curse is going to come out. Digara hitting away at Hesta Joe. Hesta Joe just going to survive with that blade now. Now he's going to fall to Mag, and G might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to Remnant out with that Lotus Orb as well. So they've got 2 alive on the side of C9. There's the Malphite coming in from Mag. He's going to get the Blink, and they're going to get the Side Fist as well as the Searing Chains. The Pipe is going to be used, but it doesn't look as though Noya is going to survive, and he'll be the 4th to fall.
Yeah, so using 2 buybacks, they do hold. It's a die back on Hesta Joe now, and they do lose the set of racks mid though, so a lot like last game, Cloud9 getting a racks advantage off these small things. Sort of the Meepo effect, you get a couple of kills, you walk down a lane, and the racks just evaporate, forcing buybacks out, and now Cloud9 has a win condition. If they can pick off this Luna, pick off this Earth Spirit, find a couple of kills, and they can walk down mid and maybe just throne it. Because this Meepo is so strong, has the 2 Dragon Lances to travel out, E-Blade, and the Hex. So Vega needs to be very, very careful about not overextending, not wasting disables, and letting this Meepo run rampant and tear apart their team. Their cores are still very, very squishy to this Meepo.
And we took a look at the net worth. It was 20,000 in favor of Vega. And C9, they've cut that in half to about 10,000. Coming around the bend is Baby Knight. Gonna find Seema. He's gonna try and blink out. There's the heal, which was out on Mag, but that might cause Mag to go down. There's a black hole only on Hesta Joe. He's gonna come through, and now Hesta Joe might be in a little bit of trouble. There's the Magnetize. Hesta Joe's gonna fall. Baby Knight's still gonna have that Blade Fury out on Mag. Not gonna really do too much as the heal is there from Seema, but G is gonna fall again. And he is dead for 96 seconds. He does have buyback. Seema going to go in, trying to get this kill on Noya and Will. But now he's stopped by the Ice Path. And getting down is Baby Knight with the Omni Slash. Will it be enough? It will. And they grab 2 for 2.
Yeah, and this G does have buyback now, as well as Seema. So Cloud9 definitely going to force these out. They don't really know if they have them or not. So
I'm not
comes the Seema
abandoned,
buyback.
my
Maybe they
friends.
G won't have to, as he will have the ult up on the Winter Wyvern very, very soon.
They're just going to go for this shrine thus far.
And yeah, just a couple of good fights in a row using the black hole, not using it on the Meepo. The Meepo coming in very late into these fights with the Centaur being super tanky now and the Juggernaut actually getting a few items. It takes them some time, commit bigger spells to kill these heroes. So
Vega just got a scan right at the end on Meepo, and that's why they're going in so aggressively with this smoke. They saw that it scanned red right by the Roche pit, so they know they're nearby, and with that, they're going to blink on the Ace. There's the Malefice. Hesta Joe right around the corner. Mag does have that Refresher Orb, and he does have that Black Hole at the ready. Noya trying to hold them back. Ace still alive for the time being, and with that, Vega are going to back off, and they're going to be lucky enough to have Roche respawn right as they do.
yeah, so G buying back to ensure that Cloud9 doesn't get this Roshan, because if Meepo did have this Aegis, then they'll be in a lot of trouble. They don't really have the firepower to kill him twice now. They've been winning a lot of fights.
There's the Earthbind. They do spot that Roche. It is very low. They might want to go in on this. There's the stun being used by Seneko. Not going to hit. Noya's going to get the Ice Path out on Dira. There's the Luthen Beam. Baby Knight comes in with the Omni Slash. BKB is used. They are going to bring down Roche, and Dira will grab the Aegis. Baby Knight in a little bit of trouble, as he's going to get hit by that Winter's Curse on him and Hesta Joe. Nobody dead just yet, but here comes Seneko. He's going to get in with that stun. Mag's going to be there with the Black Hole under the Macro Fire. They're going to bring down 1. They're going to bring down 2 as Hesta Joe and Baby Knight die counter respectively, but Ace gets a kill onto Seema, and now they're looking for more. The Ice Path comes out on 3, and Ace is going to find himself a kill on G. G's dead for 108 seconds. Mag trying to run away. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. A couple more hits should do it. He's going to fall. All 3 are dead, and now they're looking for more. Ditya is going to fall as well, and Vega, they've lost 4, none of which have buyback, and C9, they have turned it around. They might have even just won this game.
Wow.
And GG, just like that, is called by Vega. C9 coming out of the depths of a 20,000 net worth deficit and winning this game, tying the series at 1. And we will be going to a game 3 between Vega and Cloud9. Wow. All right, so I'm your caster, BCOP, at BCOP92 on Twitter. That's BKOP, not BCUP. BCOP, not sure why. And I'm joined with CCNC. He is at CCNC Dota 2 on Twitter. We'll be back with surprising game 3, as I thought maybe Vega had this in the bag up 20,000 net worth in just a moment. Stay right there.